Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sabira, aka Saabythesimmer, and today on this channel I am doing a Winterfest market. So this is the first time I've actually done anything like this, and I can't lie, I was really nervous about putting this out because I wasn't sure about how I felt about it because it's something I don't normally do. But I like to create these like community kind of random lots for my Sims when I'm just playing, so that I have places to go. Otherwise I'm just at home all the time and I'm like, Sabrina, you don't play The Sims to be like yourself. You play The Sims to like do other things. And if I was in The Sims, yeah, I would be at home all the time. But I want my Sims to have a life and do fun stuff. So I built this lot and I thought I would share it with you guys. But yeah, it's kind of like inspired by Winter Wonderland and like a Christmas market. I've not been to many. I've been to Winter Wonderland once and it was cool, whatever. It was just freezing cold, which it always is in London, but it was just a different kind of cold. I think because it was quite open, so there's just nothing to shield you, and I don't think there's any amount of mulled wine that was gonna help me feel warm. So that was my Winter Wonderland experience. It was nice, it was cute and whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, a special someone might take me once, but another time. But for now, I'm good because it was cold and yeah. But anyway, I'm right now. What am I saying? Right now, I'm building the little kind of sheltered area that I have. That's gonna have like some seats, and it's also gonna have a bar. I actually changed the bar to match the wood tone of the seats. So the bar that you see in the beginning is not gonna be the one that you're gonna see at the end. It's gonna be a different one. And yeah, I just decided to have like two of them. In my mind, I was like, this lot is gonna be popping. There's gonna be so many things happening. It's a generic lot, and I didn't realize, I don't know if it is a thing with generic lots if Sims just don't turn up, but Sims didn't turn up, okay? I tried to play test this, and the Sims that I brought there was literally the only Sims there. And then all the staff that I hired, like the bar staff and the people to run the like vending food stores, were the only people at this lot. It was a little sad, to be honest. So you're gonna have to let me know if it's because it's a generic lot or if it's just because maybe the Sims don't want to come to my Winterfest market. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, maybe it is probably because it's generic. I don't actually know. I don't play in a lot of generic lots. I think I've done one generic lot before and it was like an abandoned house. I wanted my teens to go there and just like be teens. So yeah, that's what I did once, and I didn't actually notice anyone turning up randomly. So yeah, maybe it's because it's a generic lot. I'm not sure. But yeah, like I said, I changed the bar, so all of this, ignore it. Because that's what I do. But I thought I'd keep it in anyway. So I do keep in a lot of like my trace making decisions in this video because sometimes I move quite fast as well. So sometimes trying to cut it out, it just feels a bit jumpy. So sometimes I just leave it in for a bit more of a smoother transition because otherwise it's just all over the place. So on this lot, anyway, let's get into what's actually on this lot. So we got the bars, we've got some seating areas, we've got two food courts. I actually swapped them. So one of them is just like hot food, I think a few different types of foods, just snacks basically, and hot drinks. And then the other one I actually changed to the American stands. Like normally when I went to Winter Wonderland, I'm pretty sure there was like a multitude of different types of food stalls there, but I just kept it to two because otherwise you're bringing your Sims to the store and you're gonna have to pay for the vendors for all of these little vending places. Like, unless, I mean, you can just reimburse yourself the money like I would if I brought my Sims here and just hired the staff for those little stores. I would just give myself the money back, so it would be a bit more realistic. Like, I didn't actually just pay for people to turn up to a look that I'm turning up to. So if you're gonna do it that way, fine. But yeah, you would probably normally have loads of different like varieties of food and things like that, but I just went with something generic. Like I went with the hot drinks because I felt like if you're going to a place like this, you're definitely going to want like a hot chocolate, and they're definitely going to be overpriced. It's definitely going to be these hot chocolates with like marshmallows and cream and like sprinkles and that kind of stuff, and the other food store is going to be like hot dogs that are like £8 and things like that. I mean, it's London, so they can get away with stuff like that, especially at places like Winter Wonderland. I'm pretty sure at Winter Wonderland I didn't buy any food. That might be a lie. I think I had churros and I think I had I did have mulled wine. I think that was the first time I tried mulled wine. It was really nice. But I don't think there's enough mulled wine to warm me up for me to be able to go back to Winter Wonderland. Like, that was a lot. So I don't know why I was looking for all these doors, because I knew myself I wanted to keep this kind of build limited, as in how many packs I use. I don't know why I was looking at all those doors like I'm using them. I wasn't going to use them. I was really tempted to use the country living windows though, because those are really, really nice, and I haven't actually used them yet. I will get to use them when I'm building my sister her dream cottage, so that's going to be part of the channel soon. I haven't actually decided when I'm filming this because I want her with me to like guide me a bit, and I don't know how I'm going to do that in terms of the build. Like, is it going to be a speed build? Is it going to be like a live build? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work yet. So leave comments, let me know if you have any suggestions. But I want to build her dream home, and I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet. So that will be in the new year. But yeah, speaking of limited packs, I use Seasons, City Living, the Moschino stuff pack just for the camera and the tripod. But you can literally, if you don't have the pack, you're not missing out on anything. You can literally just use your handheld camera and use it that way and take photos in this like fake Santa's grotto. There's no Santa here. There is no chair like where you can sit and have Santa sit on your lap. Why is Santa sitting on your lap? The other way around, where you can sit on Santa's lap and that kind of thing. If you do that kind of thing. I mean, I don't really celebrate Christmas like that, so it's not my thing. But if that's the thing that you want to do in The Sims, then that's cool. I don't know if you can really do it though. You can't sit on laps in The Sims, can you? Yeah, you can't. But yeah, I could have put a chair in there, but I didn't think it would be necessary because your Sims, like, if you're taking a picture of your Sims, they don't sit down. So unless you was just to like have them sit down and then just take a picture just as they are, and then you can just take the picture as they are sitting down in the chair, that'll be fine. But I just decorated it as more of like a photo booth situation, so you can go in there, take your photos and like put them on your wall, whatever. You could have your children go in there and take photos with Santa or whatever. You could have a fake Santa come in there, who knows, I don't know. The imagination is up to you. So you can do whatever you want with this lot. But yes, talking of the new year, I am going to take like a little break just because I'm doing Vlogmas on my personal channel, and that's taken a lot out of me, even though I've literally done nothing but rant on there. Like, I'm pretty sure people are tired of me because all I've done is speaking about my mental health and like ranting and then talking about therapy and talking about all the bunch of stuff. Sometimes I talk about Sims and they're probably just like, this girl's obsessed. So yeah, and that in itself has been a lot. So when the new year comes, I'm definitely taking some, well, I say the new year, next week I'm taking a good break, and the week after that I'm taking a good break where I can just focus on the family. And like, I say the family, like I have a family, but I don't have children or anything like that. I just mean that I'll be like chilling with the fam and we can just like enjoy some good food and some good films. And I'm looking forward to just binge watching the hell out of The Witcher and not remembering what day it is. Like, I realized the other day that I binge watch series and seasons like it's nothing. So like, I'll tell my siblings, oh, have you watched this? And they're like, no, it's like 4 seasons. And I'm like, okay. And I will binge watch anything. If I'm into it, I'm gonna finish it ASAP. And I was going through all like these psychological thrillers and things like that on my Netflix, and going through them, I'm like, oh, to my sister, yeah, I've watched this, I've watched this, and I clicked on one. I was like, this was 4 seasons, and I couldn't for the life of me tell you what happened. I know I enjoyed it, I just can't tell you what happened. And it's because I binge watch them. So like, at the time, I'm in the moment and I'm watching it, but once I've done with it, my brain can't remember what's happened in there. I just know I enjoyed it because I finished it all. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else is like that, because a lot of people are like, oh no, I can't do seasons because it takes too long, or a series, I can't do that. I will do it. If I'm committed, if I'm interested, I will do it. Mama didn't raise a quitter, okay? No, but all jokes aside, I don't know. I have the time to binge watch things, so I just will. I decided to use the Sim Sessions stage. I couldn't find it when I was looking for the debug menu. That was such a deep sigh, but I couldn't find it when I was looking in the debug menu, so I just went on the gallery, and hallelujah, someone had put all like the Sim Sessions bits and bobs in one, like, what do you call it, like a room basically on the gallery. So I just downloaded that and used it, but I ended up swapping the Sim Sessions stage out for just a platform, and then put in the, I think it's, yeah, City Living. They got like a little stand with like a speaker and a little platform basically where you can perform music. So I just put that there instead, because I'm thinking about times that I've gone to like community events and things like that, and it's had like a little stage and they've been able to sing or play music or whatever the case may be. So I just did that instead because it works, it functions better. Like, you can hire a guitarist, you can hire a violinist, you can put a microphone there and hire a singer. Wait, I don't think you can hire a singer. I think you can hire a comedian. Am I wrong? Can you hire a singer? Why do I feel like I've never been able to hire a singer? I've never looked to do that. But yeah. This is a little Santa's grotto inside. I've just kind of cluttered it slightly, but then I took half the decorations down because realistically I don't need them everywhere. Also, I was just thinking about the fact of like I just wanted a backdrop. So like where the fireplace is essentially where the backdrop would be, so you would stand in front of that and take your photos like you're in, you know, Santa's home or whatever. But yeah. And then we've got these little stalls. Like I said, it doesn't, well, I don't know if I did say, but this lot doesn't function the way I want it to, and I really wish we had the ability to just make our own festivals. Like, am I crazy? Can we do this and I just don't know that we can do this? And I'm talking about like console players. Like, there's probably a mod out there that could do it. I bet you anything there's a mod out there that could help you do that. But for us console players, what are we gonna do? Because I can imagine this lot being the kind of lot you would go to, like the same way you would go to GeekCon, or is it like, what is it, like Hijinks? Something in Hijinks. I don't think I've ever been to that festival. I always go to the Fire Festival, not always, but I go to the Fire Festival and sometimes I go to GeekCon. I don't remember what other festivals there are. Or Spice Festival. Or is that Fire Festival? One of them. Or one of them or both of them. I don't know. But those are the ones I actually go to. So I would imagine this lot would work that way, so that you would come, there'd be stalls where they'd be selling like Christmas gifts and things like that. So I was wondering if I should have changed this lot to a retail lot and just put all the items on those stalls as for sale, so that you Sims could come there, buy the Christmas gifts and things like that, take photos in the Santa's grotto, do some ice skating, buy some hot chocolate, that kind of thing. But I wasn't sure what lot type to put it as. I really wasn't sure. So let me know. Did I do it completely wrong? Was I supposed to use a retail lot for it to function properly? And like make it seem like these are actually like stalls as opposed to like, or like more of like a shop as opposed to stalls, even though they look like stalls. You get what I'm saying, right? I hope so. I hope I'm not rambling for no reason. But I used these debug fences, and then I didn't use debug bushes to like kind of block off the kind of like section off the build. Basically, I didn't want it to be so open. And the reason I didn't use debug ones is because your Sims will literally walk through everything that's debug, and I wanted a bit of realism. I didn't want them to walk through fences and bushes. Like, what are you doing? So I decided to just use the paid for, like, you have to buy the bushes that I used in the actual like main catalog. And I was like, you know what, it's worth this build being a bit pricier for some bushes that your Sims won't flip and walk through, because they're just so annoying when they do that. So I just use this fence, and then I just use like the, like, you have to pay for those bushes that you put, that I put there. We got some like 2 public toilets. We got the bar area. Did I explain everything that we got? And we got the store, and we got the ski, like ski rink, skating rink. I don't know. I've only been skiing a few times and I'm not good at it, but roller skating I can do. Skiing, no. And people are like, it's the same. It is not the same. I'm on all fours, like 4 wheels. It's not the same as one singular blade, and it just terrifies me. I think it's scary. Like, the idea of falling is scary, because what if my hands get chopped off? Like, ugh. Thinking about it is giving me the shivers. Well, that's like, yeah. Ice skating, no. Roller skating, yeah. Roller skating with some 90s R&B, I'm there all day, every day. But you put me in a skating rink with ice, and I'm cold, and if I fall, my ass is gonna hurt. Like, no. Forget all that. So yeah, I'm a bit more of a roller skater than an ice skater, but let me know in the comments if you prefer roller skating or ice skating, or if you are better at one than the other, or if you can do both. Are you one of those people that can do both and will tell people it's the same when it isn't, when it really isn't? I want to know if you're like that kind of person. Because I got a little fight I want to pick with you, okay? A little bone I want to pick. Yeah, I've just decided to like pull out a bunch of debug landscaping things, and this is how I've started to do things now, where I just pull everything out. I'll not randomly place it, but I'll just generally place it, and then I will place them in the way that I want afterwards, because especially on like the console, you can't really like come in and out really easy, or like I can't freely move things around whilst I still have the menu up, so I literally have to close all the menu down and then move things around. So I'd rather just pull everything out and have excess, and then delete what I don't need afterwards. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just pulling things out that I need, and then that I will need. Yeah. We got a bunch of like picnic benches, and I ended up like they are pretty plain now, and then at the end I didn't actually show it on camera, but in the end I actually put like Christmas crackers on them. I put some decorations as well, and I put like I think the candles from the free holiday pack as well. So yeah, that's there as well. And with this like Christmas tree, I just sized it up. It's like the pre-decorated one. I just sized it up. But I kind of thought it would be a cute spot to take photos as well, like in front of the Christmas tree. But then at the end of the day, I still put like pine trees around it. So I don't know how useful it is as like a photo opportunity. I didn't actually double check that to see if it's like a good photo opportunity, or if it's like you're just being blocked by a bunch of trees. And I actually moved this lot as well. So originally this is in Willow Creek, but it's on the 5550 lots. I don't know if the two ones on like the hill area, like, do you know on the right you've got like the area with the Goths, and then on the left you've got another area of like big homes. This is one of those lots, but when I was looking on the gallery, it's blocked by the, I don't know what you would call it. There's like a, it's just blocked basically. So on the gallery, all you can see is the top of the Christmas tree and a bush. Like, it's not appealing. It's not cute. So I decided to just swap the lot around. So this lot is actually where the Willow Creek Park is, and then the park is actually on the lot that I'm building on now. So I just literally saved them to my library and then plot them different places. So it might look a bit different. I don't think it does look that much different, like so different, but just in case you notice the difference, that's why I just moved it. And it's up to you where you put it. To be honest, you can put it on any 50 by 50 lot, but I just did Willow Creek because it's one of my favorite worlds to build in, and I needed a big lot, and I don't normally do big lots, so I think this is why I struggled as well, because it's a big lot and I had to fill it some way, shape, or like somehow, and I wasn't sure of like what else I was gonna add in. Like even now I'm like, I don't know, it feels a bit empty, but I don't know what else to add. And I purposely didn't look at anyone else's builds until I finished this build. So I looked at other people's like Christmas markets and things. I was like, oh my gosh, I should have done that. Or I should have done this. Or this looks so cool. It's so good. So yeah, just so I didn't compare myself too much, and also so I didn't do exactly what other people have done. I wanted to kind of see where my imagination could take me, and then see what other people have done afterwards, so I can, you know, use it in future reference and be like, okay, cool, someone's did this, which is a good idea. I'm going to do that the next time. But yeah. I do kind of wish I put in a Christmas tree shop so you could buy a Christmas tree, because when I went to like I had like a meal with like a group that I've had as like mentoring group that I was with, and we went to a Christmas meal, and in that area they was turning on the Christmas lights, and they had Santa, and they had the mayor come and turn on the lights and all that kind of stuff, and there was a little stall, and it was selling like the real Christmas trees. I say the real Christmas trees. It was selling real Christmas trees, but small ones, like, what were they, 5 foot maybe? I don't think they were 6 foot. I don't know, maybe about 6 foot. I don't know, those kind of size of trees. And I was thinking I should have probably added a tree shop, because if you're going to these markets, some people would go out to go and buy a tree. Depends if you drive. I mean, nowadays, where can you drive and park in London? I think they're pretty much closing off all the roads so that you can't drive or park anywhere. Which obviously great for the environment and stuff, but just super inconvenient for drivers. I don't drive, but I feel it for people who do drive, because London's getting increasingly hard to find parking anywhere. So yeah, I don't know if you would want to drive to these places and pick up a tree. I mean, I would just go to Home Base or something to get a tree. But yeah, I decided to put these oopsie daisies underneath these trees. I love these plants. Like, I use them all the time whenever I do landscaping, because they just work so well. I think they just like work with everything, especially if you're doing like a really landscaped but not like too overgrown and like unkept look. I think they work really well, because they have like their own kind of shape to it as well. I think that's what makes it better. It's not really symmetrical, it has its own kind of shape, so you can add texture or like dimension to the landscaping when you're doing it. But yeah, just sorting out this this area here where it just looks so odd. I didn't think about it until I was doing this part of like how I should have tried to make it a bit more centered. But trying to do it after you've placed everything, and I can't lie, I'm a little lazy. When I place things, I don't really want to have to move things if I don't have to. Yeah, so I was kind of hoping that no one would notice. It's a bit wonky, so I don't have to tweak it or change anything. But I don't think it's terrible. I was thinking realistically, I don't think they really measure things out to be symmetrical. I wonder what it'd be like to actually put these markets up in real life, like how they have to do it. Like, is there a way they do it? Do they measure up, okay, the market has to be this way apart or whatever? I don't know. I just wonder if it's that kind of thing, or if The Sims just makes me think of these things. And I was watching a YouTuber, Jessica Y Pie T, I think her name is, or Jessica Pie or Jessie Pie, I can't remember her name, but that's their channel, something similar to that. And she was talking about how when she looks at builds in real life, she'll think about it in The Sims and think about how many tile spaces it takes up. And I thought I was the only one who did this, because I thought it was really strange to just like look at real life buildings and think, yeah, that's about that wall is about 4 tiles. Yeah, it's about 4 sim tiles. And it's just like, wow, like I can't go anywhere without looking at a house and thinking I'm gonna remake that in The Sims. The amount of times I've like looked at things and goes, yep, noted, and I've like saved photos on my phone, saved photos on Instagram of like places I want to remake in The Sims, It doesn't always look the same, but it's fun to like challenge myself to do those things. And I find it so much easier to use like things that I've seen as opposed to just from my imagination. So this was a bit difficult, and I think it was because of that. I wasn't using a reference image. The only reference image I really used was the one for the Santa's grotto, because I honestly couldn't remember what they looked like. I was like, do they look like little houses? What do they look like again? So I just used a reference image for that because I couldn't remember what a Santa's like grotto kind of thing looked like, or where you would go to take photos of Santa. I just couldn't remember what it looked like. But as you can see now, I'm actually placing things properly, the landscaping properly. So I've just like put the pine trees and the rocks, and like placed it a bit more like specifically as opposed to just being randomly there. And especially when everything dies out, you're going to see a bit more of it, so I want it to look at least somewhat professional, so it doesn't look really terrible when it's all dead and whittled down and stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to finish up some of this landscaping. The English, bro. What's happening? Believe English is my only language and I'm struggling. Like, there's people out there with several different languages under their belt, and here I am struggling with the only one I know fluently. It's embarrassing. It's truly, really, truly embarrassing. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else comes up, but I'm pretty sure I just like finish up this landscaping and I go in with some terrain paints and like make it look a bit more realistic, even though you're not going to be able to see any of it under the snow. But I wanted to do it anyway, just because it felt weird and wrong not doing it. It really did feel weird to not do any terrain paints, even though I know I won't see it, but still, it just felt weird. So I did it. I put some terrain paints everywhere where the plants were. Added some lights. Yeah, because this, I would imagine you would want to go here in the night, but it's just not super bright. So that's why I did add the natural light lot rate when I did this build, so that hopefully even if you want to take photos here, you'd still get some good quality photos and they wouldn't be terrible quality because it's dark. I tried to add lights everywhere, so hopefully it's bright enough. When I was like looking through it, I was like, it looks okay. I didn't actually play test any taking pictures of it or anything, so I don't know if like taking pictures wise, if it turns out okay. I don't remember. But yeah, did I really mention that I put like Christmas crackers and decorations and stuff on the tables? I think I did. I honestly can't remember because I've done this voiceover a few times, so now at this point I'm forgetting what I have said, what's in and what's out. Because this voiceover just it's not flowing, and it hasn't been for the past few videos. Like I just felt like I haven't been able to like flow like I was able to before. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm overthinking it. I don't know what it is, but it's just not flowing the way it used to, which is annoying because I just want it to flow and be easy. But we move. I just put these lights because I think this was like the second day, and I think at this point I did look at other people's builds. So it's a bit of a lie. Like I did look at other people's builds whilst I was building this, but this was like the second day, so I was pretty much finished anyway. And then I was like, I think I saw someone use these lights but the green and red swatch, so I decided to just go for the white swatch because I was like, it'll look cute in the snow, I guess. And I think everywhere else has like really red and green Christmassy decorations, so I think it's just a bit of a contrast to have the white lights. So as you can see here, putting some terrain dirt underneath everything just to give you, you know, realism, even though you won't see it in the dark, in the snow, but it's better than nothing. And here I am messing it up and erasing my mistakes, never to be seen. And what do I do after this? I'm pretty sure I fill up the rest of the selling tables, the store tables. And on the store tables I've done one that has the snow globes from Sea Living, so like all of the ones that I could find in the debug menu, I think you find them in, I can't remember. Literally all of the ones that I could find I put on the table. And then I literally found all the, when I say all, I don't remember if I put all of them down, but I have most of the My Sims like statue thingies. I don't know what they're called because I never actually collect them, and I think I've used them as clutter or like decorations twice. But I actually used to play My Sims on Nintendo, which is fun. But yeah. Oh, you can see it in the snow, and this is the stage that I changed because it wasn't working. The Sim Session ones wasn't doing what I needed to do, so I decided to just make my own stage and then add the little singing like performance booth thingy on there. And on the other tables, the selling tables, I did the other one with like, oh, do you know the clutter items? You can get the soaps, the shampoos, the body creams or body essentials, I think it's called. All of those base game skincare kind of stuff I put on it, because I kind of had in mind that you'd go there and you look for gifts and stuff, and there's like this homemade vegan organic body creams and body butters and stuff, and you're gonna get them and sniff them all and be like, oh my gosh, they smell amazing, I'm gonna get one. That kind of vibe. And then this one has all like the stones and gems on it, because I feel like you probably wouldn't go to a market and not find something like this. I feel like you're definitely gonna find something on the lines of this. Like, even if it's something like you can probably get like necklaces or some kind of jewelry with stones and gems in it, I just thought you probably would find that. And then I kind of saw that the My Sims stuff was going to be like children's toys, and the snow globes were, I don't know, personalized or something, so you could get your initials in it or like a photo in it, something like that, just to make it a bit more personal. But yeah, we're going to come to the end because I'm just sorting out these, what's it called, center tables. And then I'm just filling out this one because it's looking a bit empty. And then I moved all those crackers to the tables and added some like more decorations to those tables so they don't look so plain. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this build, you can find it on the gallery under Saabythesimmer, and I am going to be taking a short break from this channel, so you'll see me in 2 weeks time in the new year. So we will see each other in 2022, which sounds really weird to say. But yes, please do like this video, leave a comment as well, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the new year. Bye.